Hey guys, Marsegid here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we're going to take a proper look at the AGL KRILLIN and Android 18 that are releasing, of course, as the side banner unit for the Beast Gohan. We're going to take a look at them here. I've got their details up on the other screen because, of course, they are on the private server. Everything is in Japanese, as it would be on JP. We can see here 236k defense at the start of the turn. So, Krillin and Android 18, they have a joined forces or battle of wits lead, 3 key 130. Their super attack, the husband and wife combo, is greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, supreme damage to the enemy and lowers attack and defense. So good super attack effect, 50% defense raise. They get key 2 attack and defense 180. They have a medium chance to dodge, so 30% chance to dodge. They get chance to crit and chance to evade plus 30%, and superheroes allies key +1 when there is another superheroes ally attacking in the same turn. So as long as you're running them with superheroes allies, which you will be, because as we get to the end of their passive, they are a support unit for superheroes. So that means they have a 60% chance to dodge and then 30% chance to crit, like all the time. So they are going to be as a support unit that's not on the team to take damage or to do damage. You want to go full dodge and then additional, so you can get those extra greatly raises if possible. But yeah, they get that extra boost with a superhero ally in the same turn. They get an additional attack and defense 30% with each attack evaded up to 90%. So they need to dodge 3 times to be fully built up. Then they get an additional attack and defense 180% before receiving an attack. So that's definitely very good. Superheroes, allies, attack and defense 50% for 2 turns, self-excluded, if HP is 50% or more at the start of the turn. So by having them on turn 1, and obviously we're above 50% HP, this rotation and the next rotation has an extra 50% attack and defense, just from them existing. So we're going to put them in slot 1 so they can get the potential to get a dodge here. We'll go ahead and do this, and then I guess we'll do this. What's so funny is with how powerful Beast Gohan and the superheroes team is in general, I'm literally jumping into the Golden Frieza Red Zone as like the showcase stage for these guys, whereas normally I would do a much easier stage, but the rest of the team is just too strong, right? So slot 1, they didn't get the dodge, so they're not tanking particularly well. We obviously want them to get at least a little bit of build up first, really. So they're getting the 50% off of their super attack effect, and then obviously they're getting the 30% from getting 1 dodge so far out of the 3 to build up their passive. So we'll see what they look like on the next turn. We're going to have Physical Ultimate Gohan. Basically, I'm just going to keep them. The goal would be for a showcase, of course, to just keep them on rotation. So I will probably just float whoever's coming into slot 3. Keep a Beast Gohan here in case we want to put him in slot 1. Because one thing is with their links, right, being on the superhero team, their best link partners are units like other Krillins, who not so great, right? Like the AGL one that was the side banner unit for the... He was the side banner unit for the LR Blue Boys, wasn't he? If he got an easy A, he shares 6 links with them. But like STR Mai from the Worldwide, that Tech Krillin, he needs an easy A. The AGL Trunks and Mai, or Int Mai, they're good link partners. Tech Tapion, actually for like a Movie Heroes team, unironically could have been a good choice. I don't know, is he on any of Beast Gohan's actual leader skills? But one of their better link partners who's actually going to be on some teams with them is the STR Piccolo. So we'll get him floated off here so that he can go onto a rotation with those guys. And then we'll see how we get on. So actually, yeah, Piccolo's going to get hit anyway and give extra key to STR Piccolo. Assuming, of course, actually, we don't just kill Togoma, which we actually very much might. I didn't get the right orbs for the Gammas anyway, so... But yeah, I don't think it's going to matter. But then I guess, to be fair, the next rotation we have is not going to be the craziest anyway, right? We just got Physical Ultimate Gohan coming into slot 3, so he's not providing any extra support or anything. Ideally, Piccolo is able to just kill Sashimi here, but we shall see. They have got decent HP, like obviously these older red zones where the minions are the first phase, but they're not super tough compared to the actual boss. This is of course still a newer version of that kind of format, so these guys do have a decent amount of HP, nothing too crazy, but yeah, should have just got the super for Piccolo. I don't know why I did it that way, but hey ho. They're not attacking in slot 1 either, so we're not getting any extra benefit from here. We're not going to get an extra dodge. They have 300k defense start of turn now. That's from getting that 1 dodge and getting the 30% extra in their passive. So I guess we'll just go ahead and do this, get to see another attack from them. Their first attacks, that was what, like 1.7? They've only got like Fierce Battle active with Gohan. So they jump up to 3.8. So pretty significant extra boost to their attack power here. But yeah, will they finish him off? No. We do get an additional normal. Additional supers, of course, going to be another 50% raise. So because they don't give their support to themselves. So on super, they're going up to 450k. Now, 450k with just like a 30% chance to dodge is not really crazy. We want to get those dodges in early on so that they can actually build up their stats. So let's see how we get on here. I mean, really, there's no reason not to... I guess we could just keep you guys floating as a support. There's no real reason not to put Beast Gohan in slot 1. And then if we do... I want to get the int orbs for the Gammas, really, so they can get their extra attacks. So Piccolo won't super, but that's fine. And then we just do this. I mean, to be fair, actually, there's this Beast Gohan. I don't think he's been hit that many times. He's not going to get his... oh, he doesn't need the permanent hits, does he? He gives everyone 3 ki just by getting hit the first time. He gives everyone the permanent ki when he gets hit 8 times. But he still gives that +1 ki. So just yet another reason why Beast Gohan is an absolute monster in the team and super good in slot 1. Giving that extra defense... giving that extra ki to everybody. Basically fulfilling the role that Piccolo used to, right, for the superhero team, where you can put him in slot 1, he gets hit, gives LR Ultimate Gohan some extra ki to make it easier for him to get to that 20 ki that he wants to reach. So I always said that was like an overlooked ability for Piccolo. People would talk about how crazy Piccolo was because of the giant form and all that kind of stuff, which is very true. But I feel like a lot of people would overlook just how valuable getting that extra 2 ki to everybody else on the rotation could actually be. And of course, Beast Gohan does the same thing, except it's 3 ki, so it's even better. So yeah, absolute monster of a unit. 12.9 for the Gammas here as well. Floating them off because, of course, they are a support unit for superheroes as well. So they'll be able to give some extra support to Krillin and 18 when they come around onto the next turn. But let's see. Of course, to be fair, we saw their start of turn defense. They get an extra 180% attack and defense before attacking. So technically, when they attack, that defense actually goes down. So I guess they wouldn't have 450 post super, would they? That's actually kind of interesting because you're seeing that start of turn defense, but then it goes down when they attack. Now I could float off Beast, even though that would be kind of crazy. But I mean, these guys won't get their links otherwise. So... Although, actually, they are sharing... It is just Fierce Battle. Experienced Fighters is from Piccolo. So, Experienced Fighters, Solid Support, Brainiacs, Fierce Battle. That gives them 376 start of turn. So, let's do that. Hopefully we can actually get the dodges here. Get them fully built up. Because I want to see what they're looking like actually fully built. And, of course, we won't use the active skill for Beast Gohan. Because that would pull the attacks away from them. Okay, so we've got one more dodge. And then that brings us to 4.3 on their attack stat. So nothing crazy. Just need them to get one more dodge. So I suppose ideally they don't kill, but there you go. So all in all, I would say, from what I'm seeing of them, like numbers wise, I don't think they are like super impressive. Of course, you know, getting the... I guess we can just do this actually for this turn. We could float him off because then... We're getting that other Beast Gohan coming around anyway, so we'll do this. Get all the attacks onto him. And then we can do this. Yeah, from what I'm seeing with their numbers so far, I don't think they are, like, super crazy impressive. But, of course, like, they are there to be a support unit, giving 50% for 2 turns. So, remember, this rotation has that buff from Krillin and 18 from the previous turn. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty good for our boy Beast Gohan. Piccolo, of course, not managing to get much build up so far in this fight at all, so he's not looking great here. But it's just another reason why Gohan can be super good. Early on, he can kind of stop other units from getting hit, but then when you're in a turn where the fact that they're not built up enough would be probably detrimental to you, he can use his active skill and make it so that they're still not getting hit. So, and then he just happily tanks everything over here. The damage he should do here is going to be pretty crazy, with 100% chance to crit as well. Yeah, 28 mil. That's with the 50% support from Krillin and 18 on the previous turn. Because if you're using them as a third slot floating unit, they give the 50% to the rotation they're on, then the next rotation, and then you have the turn after that where there won't be any support, and then they'll be back again. The thing that's going to be, wow, 21 on the additional 12 key. That's ridiculous. The thing that's going to be kind of scary for them, obviously, is if they're in slot 3 and you get, like, you know, turn 4, then it'll be turn 7, and they've basically not got any dodges yet because they've either not been attacked or that 30% plus, you know, whatever you have in the hidden potential. Well, I think it does stack to 60 and not just 2 30s if you have the 2 allies on rotation. But, yeah, see, they're at 510k start of turn here now. So, do I do this? The Gammas still give the support if I exchange them. They don't really give any other benefit. Their super attack effect gives extra defense, but we're not going to be supering with them first. So, I suppose it doesn't really matter too much. I want to put them in slot 1 because I want them to get this dodge before we get started. So, let's go ahead and do the standby, and then we'll get the 2 int orbs so they get the guaranteed additionals. So we should hopefully finish off Frieza this turn. There we go. We dodged the first attack. Okay, so they're fully built up now. They still take 124k before they super. So, I mean, they're definitely not a unit that you're going to be putting in slot 1. Their attack stat is okay. But yeah, definitely not anything super impressive in terms of their own performance. But the 50% for 2 turns is what's really going to carry their, like, potentially having a spot on the team. And then, like I said, if you're running double Beast Gohan to run the superhero build, then you have his ability to protect the other units on the rotation. And we saw that previous turn, the amount of support that they give him and the amount of damage that he's able to do. Like, if we hadn't floated one of the Beast Gohans purposely just to show off these links for these guys, we would have had another Beast Gohan on this turn, so we could have used the active skill, and yet again, these other units would have been protected from any potential big damage from this Frieza. So, whilst I would say their performance is not great in terms of their overall numbers and everything, just by virtue of being on the superhero team and providing that crazy support, they are still going to be useful because you can keep them protected with Beast Gohan. Obviously, you can keep them protected with the giant form if you want to as well. Like, there's a lot of options for things that you can do to make it so that they will still be, you know, a very solid unit on the team, providing that extra support and making everybody else look good whilst not being in huge danger of getting killed, because you're keeping them protected from various different things. And as long as dodge isn't disabled in that particular phase, even if they haven't managed to get a ton of build up by the time you get to the end, they still have that dodge chance that can potentially save them, which is why, again, after now seeing their performance, you definitely just go full dodge for them, right? You want them dodging as much as possible, taking as few hits as possible, and then that's where they're really gonna look good, right? So, are we going to finish him off? We should finish him off this turn, even if it's not Beast that actually finishes him off. We only got hit once, so didn't build up the crazy crit chance for this turn. I can see that as being the argument, again, we're talking about like Beast's hidden potential, discussing it after the initial showcase, because I felt like he didn't really need any crit, but there will be turns like this, right, where he doesn't really take any attacks before he then supers. So, of course, Gohan not getting any additionals. Is he actually going to get us killed here now? No way, after all of that. Well, there you go. So, I mean, even then, talking about how Beast Gohan can protect the team, Ultimate Gohan, still a fraud, even with the glow up from the STR Beast Gohan releasing. But, I mean, we saw what we wanted to see out of Android 18 and Krillin. I think it pretty much just goes to show their support is going to be really, really good for the team, but they themselves are not going to be the best in terms of defense. And I guess we see here from the very end with Ultimate Fraudhan that even as crazy good as Beast Gohan is, he can't save everything. Because, of course, the Gohan defenders will complain that I misplayed that turn, because if we were just trying to win and not showcase Android 18 and Krillin, we would have just giant formed with Piccolo, right? And then there would have been no way we could have lost that turn. Even if the giant form didn't kill him, he wouldn't have been able to super, and then we would have moved on to the final phase. But Krillin and 18, they definitely seem interesting. I mean, everyone should be summoning for Beast because they're so good, or he's so good. So if you pull a couple of copies of these guys, they're definitely going to make good support for his team. But I definitely wouldn't say they are the craziest unit in the world. That was the build I gave them, just literally everything additional and dodge. They don't need to crit, they're not there to do damage. But yeah, let me know what you think of Krillin and 18 down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.